Hello everyone, this is Kate and welcome to Goodbye Narc, a community of healing. If any of you guys would like to further process and chat with me, my email will be linked in the description below. If any of you guys are new here, I am a survivor of narcissistic abuse and I created this channel so that it could be a safe space for survivors, and I try my best to educate and help others on narcissistic abuse. So today I want to talk about a term called breadcrumbing. A very important topic in narcissistic relationships. However, this topic may be a little triggering to many of you, and still triggers me when I think back, so just a warning. Now, what is breadcrumbing? Breadcrumbing is when someone gives you just enough time, affection, and attention to keep you interested in them, to keep you hopeful. They are essentially stringing you along, but won't make any real efforts in the relationship with you. Breadcrumbing is a form of manipulation and a way for them to also cover their tracks so that you don't question them. Narcissists hate to be questioned. It is also a way for them to control you, to keep you in a state of confusion, and to play with your heart. Unfortunately, in these relationships, we as victims will start to accept these little breadcrumbs, these little morsels, even if we are truly dissatisfied because we are clinging on to hope that things will go back to the way they once were, especially back to the way they once were in the beginning of the relationship. I can relate to feeling like this in my past relationship. There are so many signs of breadcrumbing, which I will go into in this video. So here are some of the signs. So number 1, their actions are going to speak louder than their words. Now, I went into this a little bit in my video where I described future faking. Narcissists are good talkers. They'll say things that make us feel important. They'll make false promises. For example, your partner may say things like, "You're my soulmate, I love you, and I'm committed to you." However, you'll then start to see inconsistencies when they don't spend much time with you and when they fail at making plans with you. That is an example of breadcrumbing and when their actions are not matching up with their words. Number 2, they'll respond to you inconsistently. Now, this is a classic example of breadcrumbing. There may be periods where you'll notice that the narcissist is becoming distant. They may send just enough sweet or flirty texts, but will have periods of silence to push you away, almost like you don't exist, ghosting you. Then, when they feel like they are losing you, they will start back up again, showering you with attention. These are attempts to re-engage you, and I should say that this is also what happened to me near the end of my relationship with my ex-narc. I was receiving these very sweet, flirtatious, these lovey-dovey messages seemingly out of the blue. It almost seemed a little suspicious to me at first as to why he was acting so sweet. I now realize, at the time, he really was cheating and stringing me along to make sure I didn't question him. At the time, he was getting 2 sources of supply, and he loved it. Anyway, when I would read these texts, of course, being told that I am his soulmate and that he loved me, I took his word for it. And I can't lie, those sweet messages made me feel good. Then I started to quickly see around that time, all of this was going on in the devaluation stage, by the way, that his actions were not matching up with his words. I saw that his responses became more inconsistent and sporadic. It took him hours to reply to my messages. He really wasn't making me much of a priority, and he always claimed that he was busy, which he really wasn't. He was just too busy making plans with other people, and unbeknownst to me at the time, he was cheating too. I was confused, and this led to further heartbreak and devastation. I tried confronting him about his breadcrumbing. Now, I didn't know this word and this tactic at the time, but I knew something was off. So I confronted him, and of course, he made me feel like I was crazy for confronting him, making him blow up at me in another one of his temper tantrums. He always had a way of turning around everything he was doing into it being my fault, gaslighting me, making me feel guilty, and blaming me for his neglectful and shitty behavior. Breadcrumbing is emotionally abusive, and it is a form of usury. It is a way of treating someone like an object, a toy. And this is what narcissists do so well, that whenever they need us, well, really whenever they need supply, that's when they'll hook us back in again. Also, I should add that breadcrumbing can also happen in friendships and family relationships too. For example, maybe your friend doesn't ever have time to hang out and spend time with you, but you then see that there is a disconnect when that friend is posing up on social media, hanging out with other friends. You'll see that this friend will only need you around when no one else is around to talk to or spend time with. They'll also get in contact with you too if they are wanting something from you. This can also happen in a family relationship. Maybe your mom or dad invited you to dinner and they are listening to you. So you'll cling on to hope that you'll finally be valued, loved, and respected by them. However, they really have no real intention of getting closer to you and investing in you. So weeks might go by and you won't hear anything from them. Another sign of being breadcrumbed is the breadcrumber not sharing much about their own life. They may be secretive and sneaky, and they'll have a hard time opening up and going deep with you. So why would a person want to breadcrumb somebody? I also wanted to cover this. And the reason is because they literally can. They are narcissistic. This is how they gain supply and seek validation. It makes them, these narcissists, as twisted as it sounds, it makes them feel better about themselves. They are looking for an ego boost. They are emotionally immature and they like to control others. Breadcrumbers are not genuine. They talk a good game, but when it comes to fulfilling their promises, making plans, and setting dates, they are a disappointment. So what can we do about breadcrumbing? How can we protect ourselves? Well, I should say that all of us should not put up with only receiving breadcrumbs. We are too valuable to stick around for it. They obviously don't have good intentions, and we can't keep pretending that everything they say is true. They do not commit to us, invest in us. They do not communicate well. And we are only hurting ourselves if we hang on to this relationship and accept breadcrumbs. It is a complete waste of our time, and it will prohibit us from finding people who truly do make us a priority and engage with us on a consistent basis. Sticking around for those little morsels of attention, those little breadcrumbs, is not healthy. It is very important to also set boundaries, and I know this isn't always easy, but it is very important. I also want to add that we need to take time to discern people's true intentions. And again, guys, don't fall for this breadcrumbing tactic. It's all a manipulation. Anyway, these are all the main points I wanted to cover in this video. Let me know in the comments if you guys have experienced this. I would love for you guys to share your thoughts and experiences with me. Also, please remember to be patient and kind to yourself on your healing journey. I support you all, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Take care.